Since March of 2020, I've been seeing a guy named Cory. And Cory really looks out for me. He really looks out for my safety and my protection. And he encouraged me to quit my job and stay at home. And any person that was a bad influence on me, a person that might raise questions about Cory and say, wow, Cory seems a little controlling and he seems a little manipulative. Some of my friends may even say he's abusive, and Cory has definitely not let me see any of those people since. In fact, he has said those people are so selfish and evil and just dumb. Why would you ever have them as friends? And I said, I don't know, Cory, you're right. After all, you know what's best for me. And anyway, so things have been kind of strange because when I'm not sick, when I'm asymptomatic, Cory is always convinced that I am. And it's kind of like that husband in the yellow wallpaper who didn't want his wife to write and kind of gaslit her about, well, it's actually just about the film, like the film Gaslight, about a husband that's literally changing the gas lamps to make the wife think that, not know what time of day and all kinds of things. But Cory, yeah, he definitely, he's always like, you definitely got to get tested. And so I do. I always get tested. I listen to what Cory says. And yeah. Now in order to, Cory's going to maybe start to let me drive and travel. And I think that all I have to do is just inject myself with something that has been rushed to the market and has not been thoroughly tested, as usually decades long testing is what secures medicines. But you know what? I just trust Cory because why wouldn't I? He's closed my small business. He's isolated me. He's kept me from hearing any perspective that is not his, and indeed completely maligned anyone that dare makes an observation that this, oh, Cory, there seems to be something else going on. Gone. And so I'm just kind of in a waiting game for when Cory is going to let me live my life again and maybe go back to normal. Like, I think if I just keep being reflexively obedient to Cory and give him all the authority, I think there's nothing that could go wrong. I mean, I think he'll see that I'm being a good girl, and then he's gonna let me have some benefits, because it's all in his power to give me my life and to give me passports, ability to fly, ability to drive, ability to go to a concert, a restaurant, everything. Open up my small business and make a living, right? So I'm going to continue to let you know things about Cory, because our relationship, it is such a strange feeling I have, because it's like I kind of subconsciously just don't trust him. I don't trust him, but yet I want to trust him, and I do trust him, and I think he knows what's best for me, and I think he is trying to be protective and keep me safe. That's what I think consciously. But subconsciously, there's just some resistance, and I think you know what it is? I think what it is it's all those people who told me that he was bad, and I think they're the evil people in my life. Those people I think that they're honestly like completely evil, ignorant, and they're causing so much harm. All my family and friends that were ripping on Cory, that's who I blame. And so I'm going to keep talking about how they're the problem, they're messing everything up with Cory and mine's relationship. Because actually everything would be great if they just wouldn't have all these opinions and and they wouldn't be thinking, if they just would listen to what Cory said and how to live, I think they would be better off too. But it's because of all those disobedient people that are raising observations and daring to question Cory's beautiful authority and just God-like knowing. They're the people that are messing things up for the rest of us. And I'm sick of it. And another person I'm going to blame is one of Cory's exes. Because, one of Cory's exes keeps coming back and she keeps moaning and trying to warn me about him as well. And it's just because it's clearly just because she doesn't care about safety and protection. She's just selfish and she doesn't understand anything. I mean, she's crazy person. I mean, anyone that doesn't see the good in Cory. I mean, have I mentioned that Cory is a doctor? Yeah, he's a doctor. He puts on a white lab coat and then immediately, it's like what priests used to be. It's like that he's truly God and he's in touch with God. I don't know if you've met medical people, but they are godly. And I trust the science and I trust the experts. And Cory is absolutely an expert. Absolutely. I mean, the thing about Cory is because it's, back in the day when people used to confess to priests, and they still do, there was such a reverence for their authority and what God says. And that's kind of the same way that I feel about Cory is I feel like he is truly he's so connected to medicine and science that he is in itself a God delivering the gospel. And that's why when I'm asymptomatic, I know that he's right when he says I'm probably sick, right? Because I don't trust my own judgment. I'm nothing. I don't know anything. It's Cory who really knows. He really knows everything. And even when I have these weird inklings, I just know it's because of that ex and all of these outside people that are daring to question him. And I just think, why would anyone question somebody who is clearly established as an authority figure? It's like, did you not go to public school? Because I learned, and I learned it very well, I learned how to be reflexively obedient in public school. And basically the teacher tells you, and then you memorize, and you take a test, and you learn you think, oh, this is how I'm learning. And you never use any of that information. So what you do is you learn that information is basically like what a job will be. You're going to be doing things you don't like because you've been conditioned to it, and you're going to like it. Because after 5, everything's fine. Then you can have your TV and your alcohol, which is what? I think that's what Cory always encourages. I mean, he has me write statements over and over that are very simple but very effective. He has me write, trust the science, trust the experts, trust Cory. And I write that all day for several hours. And I really think that, I think that the people that were best in school are the best at taking orders and memorizing and having that level of reflexive, look at me, yes sir, yes master. I think that's what they're really the best at. And that's why I was valedictorian. I just take so much pride in my ability to follow the rules. And I just hate it when other people don't follow the rules, because if they just trusted in Cory, they would see and we would be free and we'd be a new normal. So it's my stupid, evil, selfish family and friends who constantly doubt the power of this God, Cory, and it's their fault. It's all their fault. And I just think it's such a shame. But I'll give you more updates on Cory as I proceed, because this relationship has been, I mean, it's been so confusing. Even though it sounds like when I'm talking about it, I find it like, I don't know why I have such confusion and uncertainty and this kind of resistance, because I know it's I know it's like a protection and a safe, trusting relationship, but there's just like, I don't know, and I'm trying to work my way through it and learn, and maybe you guys will help me sort it out.